I just started recording this entire video without sound, so always remember to check your levels. Wanted to say a massive thank you to all the people who've watched and liked and subscribed following the Wellington village floods. I really made that video because I wanted to make sure that there was something permanent on YouTube. And obviously YouTube isn't permanent, but you know what I mean. And I was really surprised by the number of people who watched it, and thanks for all the likes as well. I want to share a few things there. I'm going to try and get a clip and insert it here so you can see the water going over the top of the footbridge in the centre of Hereford, the River Wye. That was the thing that stood out the most for me. It was just unreal. And I checked with my mum last night, and she's never heard of it going over the top of the footbridge like this before. And I'll try and put in here some footage so you can see what it looks like on a normal day, because I mean, I've been over that bridge many times, and the way I remember it, there's a really big drop down to the river. So I'll try and give you that comparison, but these are really unprecedented floods in Herefordshire at the moment. So the reason for making this video is that I found on the Wellington, well, I was talking to my folks last night, and they pointed me towards a video on the Wellington Parish History Society Facebook page. Now initially we thought this was filmed from on top of the church roof, but I think I can see the church roof in the video. So I think it must be a drone because it's looking down on the church. I can actually see the weather vane on the top of the church down below. So I'll show you that in a second. So let's go over to Facebook now. Yay. Okay, so this is the Wellington Parish History Society. So yeah, I'm pretty confident now. It's weird, when I first made that video, I made it really quickly. See, I now think, and thanks to the people who commented and said it's the main village road, I think this is the old village shop on the right. I hope that's right. I got a bit confused because I wouldn't expect to see all these hedgerows here. And isn't there supposed to be a bigger gap there? I don't know, because the pub's between the shop and this black and white house. Whoa, look at that. What is that, 1908? Wow. Look at that. So they think that might be the 1950s. Ah, the Rose and Crown. Wow. So the brook would be at the bottom of the picture here. This is the road. Let me pause this. Okay. I thought this was pretty amazing. I'm going to go back to the beginning and have it paused. Okay. So this, I'm just going to remind myself what the name of this place is. It's quite funny. I thought it was called something like Wellington Court Farm or something like that. And it was right at the top of the Wellington Parish History Society Facebook page. This map. I love these old maps. I remember I did a school project where my mum had some of these old maps, and we must have taken copies of them. You can see here, I'll move my mouse, so here's the ford. The ford's here. A49 would be along here. The road coming down into the village. This is confusing. It was different back then, huh? I've heard about this. The ford's here. Here's the church. The brick house that we were looking at is called Wellington Court, and it's here. And this is so there's still a road that comes down from the A49, goes past Wellington Court, goes through the ford, and then arrives roughly at the school. Right, let's get back to the video. Right. Okay, this is the road that goes through the ford. So the ford would be roughly here at the bottom, and this road leads up to the A49, the main road, and here are the nurseries. Okay, and there's pause. There's the main road, the A49 there. I thought this was pretty amazing. Just here. So I would say in real life, I've never really got to go here, but you see, I don't know, it's just weird seeing it with this water. It looks like a natural lake, the way it just, like, there's almost like a shore here. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just, this seemed really strange. It looks like a lake right now. It's the bank, that's what I meant to say. There's like a bank here. Going round now towards, there's the village road. Village road. Okay, look at the water. So the water goes all the way from the ford right up to the village road. Look at that. Okay, keep going. Oops. This is what I think of as a brand new estate. This wasn't there when I lived there. Look at the flooding over here as well. Obviously what we're looking at in the village is flooding from Wellington Brook, but somewhere over here is Morton-on-Lug, and you can see, if you go up to Dinmore Woods, you can see the Lug Valley, and you can see all the flooding when it floods. Obviously, you can see a bit of turbulence. Okay. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. Stock's house, the Dovecot. This is the house that I grew up in, so I can give quite a bit of background. Okay. I had never seen this yard flooded. I think, like, when the brook flooded, sometimes you'd see the water sort of come up to here, and one time I remember there was like a drain here, and it came out of the drain here, but it never went up into this barn. This was a barn, by the way, and this, when we were kids, this was a barn, and yeah, look, this is the shot that I was talking about earlier. You can see that there's the weather vane, and there's the church roof, and there's the top of the church tower, I think. So yeah, the whole yard is flooded, and you can see here the brook running. This is where the brook is normally, which is like, I want to say, like, I don't know, a few inches deep, foot deep normally, I don't know. But I used to fish in here because this used to be at the bottom of our garden. And then coming round, yes, that's what I was hoping for. We used to have, oh wow, yeah, there used to be like an old disused silo thing here. I think you can see water here right now, but here we used to have beehives. My dad used to keep bees, and we used to make our own honey, and we had, I think it was 12 at one point. There was 12 beehives here, and once again, here's the brook running alongside. And we're back to where we started. So yeah, I hope you found my ramblings kind of useful. Sometimes it helps to know which way you're facing. And we're done.